Hello everybody, you're welcome back here to Canning Farms. I'm Gavin, and in today's video what we're going to be doing is we're going to be weighing all the cattle at our house. So we start off with the bottom shed and then we move up to the top shed. So just while I'm getting set up here, I just want to tell you the reason why we weigh, and it's basically simple. I've heard it in a few videos lately and it is very true. You can't manage what you don't measure. So that goes for grass, cattle weights, everything else. And part of this contract rearing, weights and weight gain per day is a very important factor. So if we keep weighing them, I try and weigh them every 6 to 8 weeks. That way then we can adjust what's diet they're on, or we can adjust what we're doing with them, what feed they're getting, if they need a bit more meal or need to be cut back on meal. So that's one aspect of this that's very important in contract rearing. Come on. Come on. Easy. Up, easy, 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 come on, easy, easy, up, easy, come on, up, easy, go on, up, there it goes, go on, up, good girls, up, there it goes, come on, up. That's that shed done there, so quick and easy. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going up to the top shed, and I'm going to bring down these lunatics from the top shed. You can see there from the crush, like, it is overkill for the type of stock I am. Like, no, you know, I don't have big animals here obviously, but for the system that I work on, the contract rearing, something like that is an absolute godsend. Works out your daily weight gains, keeps the cattle nice and quiet. They don't mind going into it a second time. If you're vaccinated, you can keep them squeezed in. It's a great job. I'd highly recommend something. A lot of expense, but well worth it. Okay girls, come on. Come on, out. So I just have to be careful here is that obviously they're just playing, they're only bucklashing, they're only like kicking out, but what can happen there is that you can get hurt if they kick you too hard, so you just have to be careful with that when you're going into it. So how did the heifers do? So smaller heifers here doing very well. They need to be doing about 1 kilo a day between now and bulling to get them to bulling weight. Now these are the ones that are the lightest that I thought would have no chance, but between them and say the middle group that are above there, they're doing about 0.8, 0.7, 0.8, so not too bad. Like considering they're in their shed and they're on silage, like if they're doing that in the shed when they go out to grass, you'd be looking at 1.1, 1.2. So they're not actually as bad as I thought it was. The ones in the top shed, some of them, there's 5 or 6 of them that I wasn't happy with the weights. They seem to be kind of getting lost in the bigger group. They must be getting muscle out of that. So what I'm going to do is just make another group up there in that top shed, just to give them a bit of breathing space and give them a chance there. They were doing, on average up there, they were doing about 0.6, 0.7. That's all right because they're on target. And the ones that I was saying that I want to take out, they're probably doing about 0.4, which isn't great. Like they need to be doing more than that. They need to be doing 0.7. Anything in that top shed needs to be doing about 0.6, 0.7 to be ticking along. So I just don't want them to drop off. So I'm going to split them off and make them into a different group. As regards the meal then, this group and this group, they're going to stay on what they are. They're worked up to about maybe 2.5, 3 kilos now. This middle group there of David's heifers, they're doing very well. They're on about 1.5 kilos, and then the ones in the top shed, they were getting about 1 kilo, but what I'll do is probably bring them up to 1.5 kilos just to keep them ticking along. What it's looking like grass wise, a bit tight at the minute, but slurry's going out this week. Fertilizer will be going out a week or 2 later, so I'm hoping early March, maybe let out some of the smaller ones there, maybe next week, or maybe 2 weeks time, probably let these smaller groups out. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, make sure you click the like, subscribe, and don't be afraid to comment either. Anything I'm doing right or wrong, or you want to know, or if I learned something, you know, every day is a school day. So like I said, don't be afraid to comment or whatever. So thanks again, and see you in the next one.